Hey everybody, welcome back. These jobs suck. They do nothing for us. Let's go.
If I'm showing up on your For You page, then I'm probably thinking just like you, and you might want to listen. Over and over, I keep hearing how nobody wants to work, and this younger generation's got no motivation. I'm going to let you be honest. It's not just the younger generation anymore. It's the boomers, it's the Gen Xers, it's the millennials. All of us are being exploited. It's not that we don't want to work. We're just tired of being abused.
And that's what it feels like. Listen, I work with people of all ages, and I can tell you right now, no one's really happy to be there. No one actually lives their life. We work about 10, 12 hours a day. We don't have any free time. If we want to take a day off, guess what? For the most part, you're more than likely going to get shamed about it. And that's just not me. That's everybody. That's everybody, right? Any job. You always come across that. When you ask for a day off, what happens? Well, we're going to have to call some other people in. This is just a form of shaming and guilt tripping, trying to get you to not take a day off. That's all that is. It's abuse. It always is.
All of us had a job at one point in time that we absolutely loved. Good environment, good people. You felt good going into work every day. And then what happened? You got burned. If COVID has done anything for this generation, it's showed everybody, no matter how hard you work, you are replaceable. The old mindset of hard work pays off, make yourself more important to the company than the machine you're working on, proved otherwise, because now they've got somebody running the same machines and doing the same thing you used to do. They got them doing it cheaper.
And that's one of the things that we're seeing with all the layoffs right now, is that just because the workforce has been reduced at a lot of these companies doesn't mean that the production rate has decreased. So it means that the people that are there have to carry the weight of everyone that was left. The company is going to make more profits because they actually got rid of some of their labor force while they're keeping the same production rate. And when we're talking about like General Motors, when we're talking about auto workers, things like that, right? What we've seen over the past couple of years is a severe reduction in labor force. The Rochester, New York General Motors plant just let go of another few hundred people from their plant. They used to have 1,600 employees. Now they're down to like 400. And honestly, it just comes down to automation. Automation, because people's jobs are redundant now. You're completely replaceable. You just bring somebody in with a little bit of tech skill that can run everything, and they don't need to pay hundreds of other people, an annual salary, a living wage. And that just goes right back into the pockets of the corporation. So yes, it's just, you feel disposable. You feel unappreciated. You feel like any day could be your last. Like there's no future.
We've all been passed over for promotions, or even better, told that you don't qualify for a promotion because, well, we can't afford to lose you. Thing that so many people leave out in the comment section is that it's not just black and white. It's not cut and dry. There are no rules to this magical chess game. If all we had to do is come in and go to work and just work, then you wouldn't hear anybody complaining now, would you? No, instead we're all walking around on eggshells knowing that any given time the company could just magically pull the rug out from underneath your feet. All while the company is demanding unwavering loyalty.
See, if you don't work for a corporation, you might not know this, but social media policies for a lot of these companies actually stop people from actually speaking their mind about what's going on in these companies. If there are layoffs and you're not affected by it, if you voice concern or your anxieties about the situation that's happening in the company, it's pretty easy for them to just throw you in there with the layoffs as well. Like in general, you just can never talk about the company. And you should be able to, because you spend 10, 12 hours a day at these companies. You think that you have some kind of skin in the game. Your voice should matter. If you're spending the large percentage of your living, waking hours at these places, you should have some kind of say. You should be able to give your input, or at least voice it to social media, commiserate with other people, see if your feelings are valid. But no, it actually puts you on the chopping block to get fired. I mean, it's rough. It's rough out there.
And we're watching the same companies make record-breaking profits, all while everything else for us stays the same. 1989, when The Simpsons aired, somebody was asked why it was so successful, and the response was, because it's relatable. You got a non-college educated dad working a blue-collar job. You got the stay-at-home mom. They got the double two-story house, 2 cars. It's the American dream. It's what everybody's living, right? In this economy today, Homer J would be struggling. They wouldn't have that 4-bedroom house. Grandpa definitely would be living with them, and they would probably have already had her car repoed. He'd be out there trying to Mr. Plow his way out of foreclosure. The problem that so many people are running into today is that the math ain't mathin'. In majority of cases, everything has gone up except for pay. And people are now in a position to where they just feel trapped. You no longer have careers, you have jobs. And what is a job? Just above broke. I heard somebody talk the other day that said he can't believe that people are leaving and willing to leave companies for $1 or $2 raise. It's just an extra dollar. It's not life-changing money. But nobody wants to talk that we can't believe that we've gotten to the point that $2 or $3 is life-changing money. Now, I don't claim to know the answers, but I know that if your employees aren't making enough money to even buy your product, well, that might be one of the problems.
Man, honestly, this clip just kind of hits hard. You know, that American dream, The Simpsons, right? The Simpsons used to just be a normal family. Guy went out, not really educated, kind of dumb, but he still can provide for a family. He could still buy a house just with one job, you know, stay-at-home wife. Man, what a dream that is now. What a dream that is now. You'd have to be pulling in a couple $100K in most places. Now, yeah, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, okay, we get it. You know, you only need like $80K, but still, that's a lot of money in the rural areas. Just no one's getting paid enough. You know, things are going up in price, but really it comes down to people just aren't getting paid enough. Income hasn't increased really in decades. I mean, not at the same pace that inflation's happening. You know, everyone's in a bad spot because of it. Like I said, unless you're a high earner, you're just kind of struggling. We're all kind of struggling. We're all doing what we have to do. Some of us are on YouTube talking, you know. Other people, they pick up a second job. And it doesn't feel like there's a way out of this. It only feels like it's going to get worse. It doesn't feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel or an end of hard times coming. It feels like we're just getting ready for something else, getting ready for an even harder time that's ahead of us. Because that job just over broke. Yeah, it's true. You know, everyone's paycheck to paycheck. What, 60-70% of the country is paycheck to paycheck? That means that 60-70% of the country is one missing paycheck away from losing everything. Everything. You know, and you can say that, yeah, it's lifestyle. You know, people need to stop drinking coffee. People need to stop buying expensive cars. And, you know, there's a few people out there like that, but that's not everybody. That's not the majority of people. Do Americans have a spending problem? Yes, some do, but most people are just, you know, trying to live their lives. You know, they're not spending frivolously like everyone thinks that they are. Everyone says like they are on social media. Most people just can't afford their bills because the bills are going up higher and higher. Right? If you pay bills, you know these things. You know that rent goes up significantly. You know that insurance is going up significantly. Property taxes go up significantly. And the cost of things goes up significantly. And just people are stuck getting paid with what? An extra $1 a year raise? That's it? What's that going to do? Nothing. What, an extra $40 a week? If you're working full time? Your overtime, what, an extra $150? And to be honest, after this big, beautiful bill, what we're seeing is that, you know, those tax cuts on overtime really aren't everything that they're cracked up to be. It's rough out there, and it makes you not want to do these jobs. It makes you not want to actually go out there and compete. It makes you just want to phone it in and just go home because there isn't a purpose to it. You know, I mean, who can take pride in their jobs when you feel like you can be fired the next day? It's devoting a part of yourself to a system that doesn't care. Devoting a part of yourself, a large part of yourself, your personality, your emotions, to a system that just uses and abuses you and doesn't give you anything in return. So the kind of discontentment that we're seeing across the country in the labor force, I mean, it's justified. It's justified to feel this way because the system's broken and people are kind of teetering on the edge of severe unaffordability, where that 60-70% that's making it paycheck to paycheck, pretty soon they're not going to be making it paycheck to paycheck. They're going to go in debt every paycheck. I mean, we can only work so many side hustles. We can only get so many gigs. We can only work so many hours a day. And at what point has that been maxed out? I'll tell you what, because what I've noticed, I've been doing some research on retirement and just people my age, retirement's a dream. It's over, really. We're gonna be working side gigs till the day we die. But people don't even say 9 to 5 anymore. It's been normalized, the 8 to 5 work day. So it's 9 hours a day. So it's no longer 8 hours a day, the 9 to 5, and it's always been the 9 to 5. But to hear young people now say the 8 to 5, this is a creeping thing. Because it's normalized, pretty soon it's gonna be the 8 to 6, or the 8 to 7. Why not the 8 to 8? What do you need extra time in the day for? You can be more productive. You can do more for the company. You can earn more for us. Now, listen, I'm going on vacation. I want to go golfing, but you need to stay in the office because, this is it's what people do. It's a 12-hour shift. It's no big deal. That's the kind of mentality that we are running across now, and that we're going to run across in the future. When people say, well, 60 hours a week is just typical, everyone does that. No, it's not. Since when? Since when is 60 hours a week the typical way to work? It isn't. It never has been. And you can come at me with this boomer stuff where you're saying, well, I worked 80 hours a week my entire life. Stop complaining. Yeah, but did you do it for barely minimum wage? Were you able to still afford a house and cars? And the American dream existed when you were alive, yeah. But for younger people now, and for people my age, I'm not young anymore, I get that. That dream is ever so elusive, right? It's just beyond the reach of the vast majority of people now. And the answer isn't to work every second that you're awake. The answer isn't to monetize every moment of your day, because we still need to live lives. We still need to have freedom. But in the United States, in America right now, and of course, this is happening all over the planet right now, all over the world, all over the West, all over the East, the global North, global South, every country. People are having to work harder, but at least in other countries, a lot of European countries, they still have benefits. They still have days off. They still have paternity leave, maternity leave that actually makes sense. I got 6 weeks of paternity leave, and I'm going to tell you what, that's a rare thing in this country because I'm a guy, but there's countries out there that give you, no shit, a full year of paternity leave. So you can actually bond with your kid, so you can actually be there, for your spouse and try to deal with that newborn. Because my God, let me tell you, respect out there for all the single parents who had to do this from day one, because I don't know how you survived. It's incredible. Props to you. But anyway, everyone, thank you for stopping by. If you're still here at this point, like and subscribe. You just want to quit. You just want to quit and move abroad. Think of the Philippines, think of Thailand, think of Mexico. Maybe, can you do it? Think about it. Just close your eyes. If you're at your desk right now listening, you're on lunch break. Can I do it? Can I make it? My God, just a few months of freedom on a beach, right? Or in a foreign city, doing what I want to do, not having to worry about the same amount of cost. Can I go remote? Is that possible? It's competitive, but can I do it? Dream. Allow yourself to dream, because that's the only way out of this, is going somewhere a lot cheaper. But hey, anyway, thanks for stopping by, everyone. As always, lead with empathy, and we appreciate you. You guys have a good one.